Mike Tyson, LAUGHS, at Mayweather. I can beat us. YK, comment introduction. When legends clash, verbally, the world of boxing has always been full of larger-than-life personalities, trash talkers, tacticians, and titans of the sport who blurred the lines between brilliance and bravado. But when Floyd Money Mayweather recently claimed he could beat reigning unified heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk, the boxing world didn't just roll its eyes, it burst into laughter. And leading the laughter, none other than the baddest man on the planet himself. Mike Tyson, known for his brutal honesty and unmatched history in the heavyweight division. Tyson didn't hold back when asked about Mayweather's boast. He said that Tyson chuckled on a podcast. Floyd, beat Usyk. Come on, man. That's like a chihuahua saying it can out-wrestle a lion. The comment, harmless on the surface, quickly went viral, sparking memes, media debates, and reigniting old conversations about weight classes, boxing legacies, and what happens when confidence becomes delusion. This is the story of how a single quote turned into an international spectacle, and what it reveals about the sport's greatest champions. Chapter 1. Floyd being Floyd, the art of delusional. Bravado. Floyd Mayweather has made a career out of confidence. Undefeated at 52-0, with world titles across 5 weight classes, he's earned the right to boast. But even his most diehard supporters had trouble defending his latest claim. I think I can beat Usyk, Mayweather said in a recent interview, referring to the 6 feet 3 inches Ukrainian technician who currently holds the WBA, IBF, WBO, and the Ring heavyweight titles, and who just defeated Tyson Fury to become the undisputed champion. Usyk, a former undisputed cruiserweight king, is widely regarded as one of the most skilled heavyweights in modern history, standing nearly 8 inches taller and weighing over 70 pounds more than Mayweather in fighting shape. Usyk isn't just out of Floyd's league, he's in another galaxy. Still, Mayweather's confidence has never been tied to realism. He once said, "I'm better than Muhammad Ali," and once claimed he could easily beat Conor McGregor in an MMA fight, something everyone, including Conor, laughed off. But saying he could beat Usyk, that crossed the threshold from arrogance to absurdity, and Mike Tyson knew it. Chapter 2. Mike Tyson reacts. Come on, man. During a recent appearance on the Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson podcast, Tyson was asked what he thought of Mayweather's Usyk comment. The reaction was instant. Wait. Floyd said, what? The heavyweight legend leaned back, laughed, and shook his head. Floyd can box, no doubt. One of the greatest ever. But Usyk, come on, man. Usyk would eat him alive. Tyson, a student of the game as much as a former champion, explained that weight classes exist for a reason. Floyd is what? 147 pounds. Usyk walks around at 230, maybe more. You can't just skip 90 pounds of muscle and expect your skill alone to carry you. It don't work like that, champ, he later added. I love Floyd, but sometimes he talks like he's high on himself. Tyson's laughter was echoed across the boxing world. Even Usyk, when asked about Mayweather's comment, cracked a smile and said, in Ukrainian, maybe in PlayStation. Chapter 3. The weight class divide. Why size matters in boxing. Do the math. Floyd Mayweather's prime weight, 147 pounds, welterweight Alexander Usyk's current fighting weight, 220 to 230 pounds heavyweight difference, approximately 75 to 85 lbs in boxing. The sport's oldest and most respected principle is that a good big man beats a good small man. Sure, exceptions exist. Roy Jones Jr. beat John Ruiz to win a heavyweight title in 2003, but even that was a one-time venture against a relatively limited heavyweight. Usyk, by contrast, is an Olympic gold medalist, a former undisputed cruiserweight champion, and a heavyweight puzzle that even the 6'9", 270-pound Tyson Fury couldn't solve. Floyd's speed, accuracy, and defense might work against guys his size, but against Usyk, who could lean, smother, and break him down with body shots, Floyd wouldn't last 3 rounds, said veteran trainer Teddy Atlas. Not because he's not skilled, because he's not built for that punishment. Chapter 4. Why did Mayweather say it? So why did Floyd make such an outrageous claim? The answer lies in what he's built his empire on. Attention, Mayweather's career has always been a delicate dance between legacy and marketing. His most famous fights, from Oscar de la Hoya to Manny Pacquiao, and even the sideshow spectacle with Logan Paul, were all about creating buzz. Claiming he could beat Usyk isn't about setting up a real fight. It's about dominating headline. It's about being in the conversation. And in that sense, it worked. He got exactly what he wanted. The boxing world talking about Floyd Mayweather in 2025, years after his retirement. Even if people were laughing, they were still watching. Chapter 5. Social media. Reactions. Floyd gets roasted. Didn't take long for the internet to explode. On X, formerly Twitter, memes flooded timelines. A photoshopped image of Mayweather punching Usyk's kneecap with the caption, "Legendary defense." A fake tail of a tape graphic listing Mayweather's height as not enough and Usyk's reach as just walk forward. A video of Usyk blinking slowly in amusement during a press conference with the caption, "When Floyd said he can beat you." Even professional fighters chimed in. Tony Bellew, who lost to Usyk at cruiserweight, said, "That's the dumbest thing I've heard all year." Deontay Wilder laughed and said, "Floyd's too smart to believe that. He's just selling something." Shocker Stevenson, a known Mayweather admirer, tried to defend him, but ultimately conceded. "I love Floyd, but come on. Usyk would be a nightmare." The moment went viral, but not in the way Floyd may have hoped. Chapter 6. Usyk responds. Cool, calm, and smirking, known for his dry humor and unshakable calm, Alexander Usyk didn't lash out or mock Floyd directly, but his response, short and sweet, said everything. "Maybe he can beat me." In chess, Usyk joked in a post-fight interview, asked whether he would ever fight Mayweather in an exhibition. Usyk laughed. "No, I don't want to hurt the legend." Respectful, playful, but undeniably firm. Usyk has never been the trash-talking type, but his record defeating Murat, Gassiev, Tony Bellew, Anthony Joshua twice, Daniel Dubois, and now Tyson Fury does the talking for him. When a man like that smirks at your challenge, the message is clear. Stay in your lane. Chapter 7. The Tyson Perspective. What legends owe to reality. Mike Tyson knows all too well the dangers of crossing physical limits. In 2004, a fading Tyson fought a much bigger Kevin McBride and was physically overwhelmed. Tyson had the skill, but his body and desire had faded. That's why his laughter at Mayweather's comment wasn't malicious. It was protective. "Floyd's a genius in the ring," Tyson said, "but sometimes your ego lies to you." He went on to explain that while fantasy fights are fun for fans, legends owe it to themselves not to chase delusions. You want to stay rich? Fine. Do exhibitions. Sell tequila. Sell sneakers. But don't tell the world you can beat a guy who's 100 pounds heavier and in his prime. That's just not real. Chapter 8. The Delusion of Invincibility. There's something deeper here than just a silly quote. Floyd Mayweather, like many all-time greats, may be struggling with the idea of irrelevance. When you're undefeated, when you've made over $1 billion, when your name echoes in every conversation about the go-tits, hard to step back. Sometimes you start to believe your own myth, and that's when danger creeps in. Even Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, stayed in the ring too long. So did Roy Jones Jr., Evander Holyfield, and Tyson himself. The delusion of invincibility is seductive and unforgiven. Mayweather, it seems, is flirting with that edge, and the boxing world is holding its breath. Chapter 9. What if it actually happened? For the sake of fantasy, let's imagine Floyd versus Usyk actually happened. Venue Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, because why not? Wait, Floyd balloons to 160. Usyk cuts to 215. Rules: a tround exhibition with headgear. Mayweather's usual comfort zone. Even in that scenario, Usyk's size and strength would be overwhelming. Floyd might avoid damage with footwork and defense, but he wouldn't be able to land meaningful shots. The moment Usyk closed the gap, it would be a nightmare. If it were a real sanctioned fight, the Nevada State Athletic Commission would likely block it. The mismatch would be too dangerous, so no matter how you slice it, the fight is impossible. But the conversation, unstoppable. Chapter 10. Final thoughts. Ego, entertainment, and the echoes of greatness. Floyd Mayweather will always be one of the greatest boxers in history. His defensive mastery, ring IQ, and business acumen transformed the sport. But his recent claim that he could beat Alexander Usyk reveals something very human. The fear of being forgotten. Mike Tyson's laugh wasn't cruelty. It was wisdom. It was the laugh of a man who has danced with both greatness and delusion and knows the difference. As for Usyk, he remains focused on his own legacy, whether he fights Fury again, retires undefeated, or passes the torch to the next generation. He knows where he stands, at the top of boxing's most unforgiving mountain. And Floyd, he's still a legend. But sometimes even legends need to accept that the crown doesn't fit forever.